grab another donut, cheat on your wife, take another drink, grab another donut. All of these things are negative self-talk. Now there's that negative self-talk and there's also the positive self-alignment talk, which could be propose to your wife, ask for the raise at your job, go to the gym. This positive self-talk is going to fuel you and help motivate you and help keep you consistent and build that harder, strengthened mindset. But it's very important to separate those two things. You have to realize what is the negative talk, what is the positive talk. Today in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to not only identify which one of those is speaking, but also how to align with your positive self-talk and dismiss the negative self-talk. But not just dismiss it, use it to your advantage. So if that sounds good to you, let's get straight on into this video. If it wasn't clear enough already, this is one of the biggest things of fitness, getting in shape, which is exactly what we cover here on this channel, of staying motivated, staying in the right mindset. Because yes, the diet is important. It's important what you eat. It's important how often you train, what kind of workouts you do. But the number one most important thing is what you tell yourself on a daily, consistent basis. And if you're not consistent, you don't have a good mindset, none of it's going to matter. That perfect, impeccable diet you're doing, that amazing training plan, and that awesome personal trainer you have, it doesn't matter if you're not consistent. And it doesn't matter if you're constantly having negative self-talk flood your mind, where you look in the mirror and you're like, you know what, I lost 5 pounds, but I don't feel any better. Or I only lost 15 pounds. I want to lose another 30 pounds. This negative self-talk, it aches at every single one of us. So it's important to control it, because if you can have it under control, you gain that power. Rather than it having the power over you, you regain control of it. So I want to tell you exactly how to do that. There's actually just a very simple process. It's just a simple 3-step process to go from where you're at right now, where you try going to the gym, you try getting in shape, you try diets, you've tried all these things for so long, for many, many years, because you want to be a stronger man, be able to support your family and support your life goals. Maybe you've achieved a very incredible job position in your life, an incredible career path that you've achieved for yourself by being aggressive and going out and achieving what you want and listening to that positive self-talk voice. But with fitness, it just hasn't translated. You haven't picked up that part yet. It's the missing link to the perfect life that you don't quite have yet. Maybe it's you don't have a partner yet, and that's something you need because of your fitness is lacking, not having that good body, not having that good confidence. This all ties together if you really think about it. If you think of it as sort of a chart, there's diet, there's training, and then that goes into you want a better body, right? You want a better body, but why do you want a better body? Because you want better confidence. You want to feel better in the body that you live in every single day, 365 days, 76 years, or however long you're going to live, right? But then you want the better body because that translates to different things in your life. Progresses to more confidence, like I said, or more having a partner, or maybe getting a higher position at your job because you have more confidence, you're more sure of yourself, and feeling happier on a daily, consistent basis. Now, how does that happen? It's all because of your mindset. If your mindset was perfectly fine and you had impeccable confidence, you felt amazing, you genuinely did not see a single thing wrong with your body as it currently was, you'd be happy. But you're watching this video, and it's okay to be in a position like that, because we all want better for ourselves, right? We all want the absolute best, because I hope you respect yourself as a man. Even if you are currently overweight, you should always still have respect for yourself, and that's why you should get into fitness. Don't come into fitness out of a spot of hatred, because that's that negative self-talk voice. Come into it in a place of goal setting and achieving and striving to be more, because that's ultimately what you want to achieve. So that's on the more positive side, right? So it's very important to get this stuff dialed in, okay? So now let's start to actually get into the technicalities, right? Because if you think about it, the negative self-talk, there's 2 paths you could go. You could fully self-indulge to the negative side. You could fully just go deep in there. You know what? I'm going to just scroll on social media all day. Screw my job. I'm not showing up. I'm not going to go to work today or this whole week for that case. I'm going to watch porn. I'm going to smoke weed and drink all the alcohol in my house. And I'm just going to fully indulge and give in because that stuff feels good. That's what that voice is telling me to do, right? You do all that stuff. How do you think it's going to make you feel? Is it really going to make you feel better? You might feel better in a second. You might feel better when those little dopamine hits come. But over time, you're going to regret that, because that's not good, stable courses of actions to take for your day, right? Now, if you look at it on the other side of the spectrum, if you listen to that divine voice telling you of like, you know what? Okay, I want to be something more. I want to be a guy that, drives the cool Corvette. I want to have a six pack, whatever those goals are. Or maybe it's, I want to be happy and have my life partner by my side where we can walk hand in hand, start a family together, and our family can thrive, right? If you listen to that voice, those goals are going to take longer to achieve than the other stuff where, you're drinking alcohol, you're giving into your indulgences. That stuff takes a couple seconds to pick up a bottle, to type up and watch porn or whatever. But this stuff, it's going to take longer. It might take even years, to find a life partner. To get a six pack, it might take a couple weeks, a couple months maybe, however far off you are. But this stuff is not only going to feel so much better, because one, it took longer, delayed gratification feels so much better, but two, there's sustainable things that last. That happiness is going to last way longer than the happiness that this stuff's going to give you. Because, think about it, finding your perfect wife, or just maybe rekindling your marriage that you currently have and just having that happier life with your wife, rhymed, that's going to feel so much better. Or having the six pack, being able to have the stomach fat go away and not have the love handles or the face fat, giving you the more confidence. That's going to feel amazing. And you're going to have all that stuff for majority, if not the rest of your life. So it's better and more important to achieve for that side as much as you often can. But you have to realize at the end of the day, we are human. We have both sides. You cannot pick just one. I mean, you can technically, but it's going to be very hard to pick just one. So how do you stay not right in the middle, but more towards the positive goals, to that positive self-talk voice? Okay. So like I said, it's a 3-step process, but first just think with me right now. Think about your current position. Are you currently happy and fully 100% satisfied with your life? Like, think about it as a 1 to 10 scale. 1 is like, you're absolutely just wanting to end it all, cut the race short right now. And 10 is, you are loving your life. It could not be any better. You don't really have any desires because every single desire in your life is fully fulfilled. You feel great emotionally, mentally, physically. You look good. You have all the money, whatever. 1 out of 10, where do you feel like your life is right now? Take a second. Think about it. Because honestly, for me, I would say I'm about 8, close to 9. Being realistic, probably an 8. And what's keeping... Now, actually, just bring it a step back. Whatever number you just said, maybe you said 7, maybe you said 6, maybe you said 4. It's okay to be realistic. Think about, say that you're at 7, what would make it a 10 for you? What are you missing? What are those 3 points or 4 points away from 10? And try to make it a little less materialistic of, I just had more, if I had more money, or if I had a hot wife. Think of it more as, what do you need mentally? What are you missing up here? What is that? Maybe you're missing confidence. Maybe you're missing self-reassurance. Maybe you're missing the better body. Like I said, it's a little materialistic, but maybe it's something you're missing. All that stuff, now you actually know, at least you have a better idea of what you actually want in life. And that is more of your positive self-talk voice. Now, see, we're starting to hone into it there a little bit, but I want you to do something for this week. Okay, it's next week. It's currently Sunday where I'm putting this video out. I don't know when you're watching this, but whatever day of the week it is right now, I want you to look at 1 week from now. In 7 days, I want you to test this out with me. I'm going to do this exact same thing. I actually do it fairly consistently, but I'm going to be holding on to it a lot closer. If you want to see the results, I'll probably post them here on YouTube, so make sure to subscribe to see that. I post a lot of videos here on more tactical stuff on diet, training, but this is a more mental mindset kind of video. But subscribe if you're not already. But anyways, think about this 3-step process. First step, listen to the guidance voice in your day, because we have thousands of thoughts every single day. I'm not expecting you to remember every single one, right? All I want you to actually think about is it negative or is it positive? Maybe in your day, you're like, what? That guy cut me off in traffic. I'm going to go cut off in front of him and then brake check him really hard just to mess with him because he deserves it, That'd be a negative, right? That might happen to you. It's okay. But try to recall it. Just tally it. Write it down in a notebook or even on your notes app or whatever it is on your phone. But that's one for negative that you can recall, right? Maybe you're at the gym and you're like, I'm not going to wipe down my machine. That'd be another negative one. But maybe you see someone waiting, looking at the machine you're using. And you're like, is this guy staring at me? Is he judging me? Or is he trying to wait for the machine? How about you make sure you wipe it down? And then when you see him start to come over to use the machine, have a good workout. That's it. Very simple, but that's more of a positive mental thing, right? Maybe you're at work and you're like, you have to get your boss some coffee. It's like, oh, go give me some coffee from the break room. And usually you're like, oh my God, whatever. And then you don't make the coffee very well. Or maybe he wants 3 sugars and a little bit of cream, and you give him 2 sugars because you don't want to rip open another packet. Give him the 3 sugars that he wants. Maybe go a little above and beyond. If your mind mentally thinks, you know what, let me be a little bit nicer, that's a more positive self-aligned thing. So these are just some examples, but think about it. At the end of the day, realistically, you should have at least 7 and 7 of each. That's a good number I like to aim for. Is you don't want them to be even, obviously. If they work out to be even, that's fine. But my point is, for one of the days, I had like 8 positive ones and 4 negative ones that I could recall. And that was good. It's a good ratio, right? 2 to 1. But the point is, you just want to tally them. You don't even have to write down what they are. That's too much work. I'm not asking you to do a lot here, but just recall how many positive self-talk, positive voices through your day, and negative, right? Second step. At the end of the week, you'll have a whole list of Sunday through Saturday, every single day, how many positive thoughts, how many negative thoughts, right? Look at, do you have more positive thoughts or more negative thoughts, right? If you have more negative thoughts, it's completely okay, but just now you're aware. You were not aware of it before, but now you're aware. Or if you have more positive thoughts, but it's kind of close, you're like, okay, it's kind of a warning sign, but I have more positive thoughts, so that is good. Then you just have a better gauge on yourself and where you're at mentally with this whole challenge of overcoming that negative self-talk. And that's where the third step comes in. Now that you have this knowledge of, okay, am I a more optimistic person or more, pessimistic person, typically, right? You have a better gauge on that. Now you have the knowledge of every single day, whenever you have a very strong positive or negative thought, think about it. Realize you have the thought, first of all, instead of just thinking and not thinking about it again. We're getting kind of deep here. Realize, oh, this is a negative thought. Okay. Next thing is categorize. You're categorizing. It's a negative thought, right? Not a positive. Third thing, combat the negative and act on the positive. So if it's a negative thought, if it's, oh, dude, screw that guy, he cut me off in traffic, I'm gonna cut over his lane and then go slow in front of him. That's a negative thought. You realize it, you combat it. So instead of doing it, you sit behind him in traffic and you're like, you know what? It's fine. I'm going to let it go because I have self-control and I'm a nicer person. It is what it is. Maybe he's had a hard day. Maybe he's late to work. Whatever. It's completely fine. Right? And if it's a positive one where you're like, you know what? Maybe you have a sales job and you're like, I really wish I could make just like $500 in commission this week, or whatever your number is for you. Depends. Maybe it's, no, think of it more as sales. Say you're a car sales guy. You're like, you know what? I want to make 2 sales this week. It's going to be a lot of work, but I want to do it. That would be a positive self-talk thought coming to you, right? So when you think about that, when you're out on the lot talking to people, you really got to push yourself and be like, you know what? I want that. I want those 2 sales for just this week. And that would up my numbers a lot because the rest of the week I have the month to aim for, the deadline. But I want to sell 2 cars this week. You're out there, you're remembering it. That's positive self-talk, positive self-reinforcement. So you're acting on it. It's not like the negative where you avoid it. This is the positive. So you act on it because you've realized I'm having a positive self-thought moment right now. And you act upon it, you'll get a way better result. Maybe for you, it's, you get off work and it's time to go to the gym. And you're like, I really don't want to. Negative self-talk, you're realizing. But maybe another voice comes in and you're like, just do it, right? You want to have a visible six-pack, have visible abs, right? You want to lose 5% of your body fat, go to the gym. Now, from there, you might be like, oh, I don't want to, I'm tired. All this could be going on in your head, but that was positive self-talk. So as long as you're aware of it, you realize you have it, you realize that was positive self-talk, go act on it. Go do that thing, right? If you're in your kitchen and your family, maybe your wife prepares like spaghetti and meatballs, and you're like, oh, this isn't the best for me, this isn't the healthiest. What should I do? Maybe I could go to the store and buy some low-calorie pasta instead, but that's a lot of work to go buy low-calorie pasta, come back home and explain to her how to do that. But you had the thought. That's a positive thought. So you go to the store, you just buy the low-calorie pasta, you come home, you tell your wife, hey, can we make the low calorie pasta tonight instead of the regular? She'll probably be like, sure, whatever, it's fine. Yeah, I don't care. You make it, you made a better decision because you realized you had a positive thought rather than a negative thought. And then regularly you would have been like, oh, that's too much work. I don't want to do that. Negative took over. The positive, you realized I was having a negative thought just then. I'm going to turn this into a positive thought and actually go and do that thing because I had the idea to, right? So ultimately, 3-step process. Once again, listen to your guidance, your inner voice once a day. Categorize your thoughts. Are they negative? Positive. Tally them up. At the end of the week, have a tally of, are you more optimistic or more pessimistic mentally as a person on an average week, right? And then from there on out, you can realize that you're having the thought, categorize it as negative or positive, combat the negative, act on the positive. If you do this consistently, any single goal you want, even outside of fitness, literally, monetarily, relationships, fitness, all of those things, faith even, they will all come to you if you listen to that positive self-talk, because that it has the best interest for you, your positive self-talk, because no one knows you like you do. There is no one else on this earth, not even your parents, not even your spouse, not even your brother. Nobody knows you as well as you know yourself. You have lived in your body. You have lived with yourself for decades of years, right? Listen to yourself because you know what you want and what you need deep down. Not everyone realizes that. You are exactly what you need. You just have to know how to accurately listen to yourself and act upon the right things and not on the negative things that are going to screw you over, right? There's a lot of self-sabotage that happens. A lot of those negative thoughts, when you do give into them, the reason you feel that regret is because it's self-sabotage. It's messing you up. It's disaligning you from your goals that you are meant to go out and you're destined to fulfill. So don't let them overtake you, okay? So use the 3-step process. Write it down in some notes if you haven't done that already. And apply this stuff. Track your week. See if you're a more pessimistic or optimistic person. Realize your thoughts, how to control them. And if you're a busy guy, you have a lot of responsibilities, busy work life, maybe you have a busy family life as well, or maybe you don't have a partner or spouse yet because of your fitness, you're lacking behind, you want to lose the last 25, 40 pounds of your fat, build some more muscle, and actually have the confidence to go achieve everything you want in life. Just feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, just DM me, whatever, and we'll just chat and see if I can even help you. And then if we can go from there. But hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was extremely useful. This was very fun because this is a super close topic to me in my life and how I've used it myself. And this is the step process that I go through because I used to be a lot more pessimistic, but I've recently became a lot more optimistic in life, focused my views the other way, and I'm seeing all the rewards from it and feeling a lot better mentally and physically. So hope this is useful. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.